Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's about 7 o'clock on Saturday morning. I had a chance to ask my friend, which I know him for a while here at Muscle Beach, California, to give me a little bit of time that we can talk about the subjects of healed children with cancer worldwide, and also sports nutrition and medicine, which can prevent all kinds of diseases. So would you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Dr. Yu. My specialty is in preventive medicine and epidemiology, which is study of a disease pattern, where it's coming, where it's going, so we can make some prevention pattern and prevention policy of the disease. And presently, I do have a worldwide consulting firm. I go to Asia, Europe, South America. Whenever there's a suspicion of some disease pattern, we study that. But more so, I cover preventive medicine, meaning what we can do as a nation, as a population, as a person, for the prevention of any type of disease, including cancer. So hopefully that explains a little bit about me.
That's correct. First of all, before all that, let me ask you, what do you think about sports nutrition and medicine?
In terms of?
In terms of healing diseases.
Well, I always look at the things from the perspective of preventive medicine. Sports medicine, obviously, it deals with your healthy body, sound mind, and all relates. So at the early stage of your life, at any time of your life, getting into the habit of sports and exercising, and make yourself more aware of your healthy body, is going to be a good principle of preventive medicine.
That is correct. Now, the question I have from you, which I'm sure millions and millions of people around the world, which has been my experience, they would want to know, what is it that they have to do in order not to get cancer, AIDS, diabetes, pensioner, stuff like that?
Well, most of the problem in medicine that you are pointing out is immunity related, especially when the body doesn't have enough immune mechanism. Here comes the cancer cells. They are dominating the body. It may come gradually, it may come very slow. The pattern I noticed in my research in the past, look at the animals. They live, for example, dogs and cats, they live only about 10 to 15 years. These days they are living a little bit longer as a pet.
Right.
In that short period of time, 10 years to 15 years, they have every disease that human beings have.
That's
They
right.
have a diabetes, the Lou Gehrig's disease, cancer, whatever you name. They are very busy to cramping down all the diseases we have within that short period of time. So animal model is the best research model for us to know what's the origin of the disease, where it's coming from, where it's going, what's the cure in that short period of time. Most of cancer, they are related highly to immune syndrome or immune titer, immunity of the body, which comes from your emotion, nutrition, your mentality, and your level of exercise, have a good hormone circulating. So cancer is not one disease, it's complex components that get added a cumulative effect after the body is going through a certain pounding problem. So early stage of prevention through the exercise, good nutrition, good mentality.
That is
which
correct.
is we do not pay too much attention, but actually your emotion, your mentality plays a major role for the cancer as well.
You know, I have experience with you personally that I've had some major patient with a very stage 4, probably even above that, cancer, and the medicine that you have created, you have invented, you have designed it, was causing them to be cured. Now, would you explain on that a little bit?
Well, we work with a lot and from core aspect of a treatment for the cancer. Well, do I study on chemotherapy? Definitely. But also ancillary therapy with that enhances immunity.
Right.
One of the things that Japanese used was a mushroom. It's called agaricus.
Agaricus.
Yeah,
That
that
is
is
correct.
one of the components that enhances immunity. It is kind of a enzyme product,
That's
but
right.
it does have effect of an NK cell, that is a killer cell
Right.
of the body, which promotes the
You feel like you're stuck.
prevention of the cancer cells. They are literally going out and eating off those. So it is a very natural product.
That is
That's
correct.
One of, and also those NK cell, natural killer cells population increase when you have a proper exercise as well, and good mentality. Those are the research we have done in the past. There are so many components out there. It is not only one kind, but that is one of good example. We spent a lot of time UCLA for the research to see the efficacy of these simple Easter-related components, which is very inexpensive.
You know, every single person that I have associated with for past 15 years, they have asked me a very simple question. Why have you got all these cancer patients? Why everybody, almost anybody have cancer? And why, if you're saying you're a doctor and you're a healer and you got contact with all these manufacturings and everybody and anybody, why still are dying?
Well, that's a very good question, and I get that question all the time. But the answer is simple. We complicate our life so bad.
Right.
We are inviting all these problems. Now, we are living in an age of civilization.
That is
We
correct.
created so many things. We even created the deadline for IRS tax return.
Right.
And we have a red light, green light. Whatever the deadline we make, it gives stress to your body. Whenever stress is there, you have adrenaline pouring out of your system, pounding your body, make the blood vessels smaller, blood pressure goes up. That's one of the reasons. Also, we created so much emissions, we
Right.
created so much chemicals, and all these bottles we are using for that, and then as the heats up,
Right.
it gives the artificial hormone that gets your body into the very complicated cancer-causing element. So I think about half of the cancer, probably, my number may be a little bit off, but most of the cancer are affected by the artificial things we created, mentally, emotionally, chemically, food-wise, and nutritionally.
That's very, very correct. You know, we have, according to United States government, give and take about 136 million people that they are struck with cancer, one form or others, or they're just about to get some. According to a doctor in Florida, which I can't mention his name at this time, he believes that every year there are 2 million cancer, add up to 136 million we have. And very shortly we're going to have probably 50% of Americans are walking around with cancer. Now, what advice do you have for them?
Well, this goes back to my principle of preventive medicine. Early stage of education.
That's right.
Without education, there's no preventive medicine. The reason United States is so behind the preventive medicine over any other country we even look down upon,
Right.
they are really advanced in preventive medicine because from early stages they talk about preventive medicine.
That's
At
right.
Elementary school, junior high, senior high. So early stage of prevention comes from early stage of education. And early diagnosis, so those people who are properly educated will go to the doctor, do a simple checkup. And also, problem with the United States, the doctors are not getting paid for preventive medicine.
That's
so
correct.
there is no incentive. Give the doctors incentive to get involved in preventive medicine, which is most important thing of the preventive medicine and education. They begin to talk to the patients about preventive medicine. Then early stage of diagnosis and early treatment.
Right.
Once it happened, we go back to it and what we call salvaging. What can we do with this problem? What did we learn from it? So those are the first stage of preventive medicine. If we go through that on the national base and doctor's office base, community base, I think the cancer will be prevented a lot. I'm not going to say treat it all, but it will eliminate all the cancer-causing agents because the individual patient, individual of us will are more aware, more cognizant of the potential cancer that will affect us in our life.
Well, let me ask you a question. This film right here will be emailed to 136 million patients and customers that I have. Right now, as the world can see, this they are going to get about 136 million people
That's
as
good.
they get my newsletter every month. Now, would you be willing to tell the world that you would start a prevention program if I would provide you with all you need, including money?
Well, Dr. Victor, I've been in preventive medicine, but basically on academia, on the research base.
Right.
If you ask me to come out and be with you for the expansion of preventive medicine, maybe campaign of preventive medicine for general public, I'll be more than happy to be part of it.
Well, I guarantee you that you will going to do that because I'm telling the world right now that you are going to start a preventive medicine because I am going to make sure you do that. You know, I've seen you here for past many years
Right.
that you know of.
Rollerblading.
Right. Well, you're number one as far as I'm concerned. You're a very good one. And as Tony, our cameraman, he knows and he sees how many people personally have been behind this camera.
Wow.
And what is it they have said? You know, you can find all that into YouTube and put my name, Dr. Victor Baha, B-A-G-H-A, and you're going to see all the movies that he have made
Right.
and what everybody had to say.
I know you tried to get me into camera from 2-3 years ago.
That's right.
Finally, I came
That's
here.
right.
So
As a matter of fact, I've had a couple of very huge meetings for you, but you never showed up.
well, give me an opportunity. I travel about 4 to 6 months out of the year.
That's right.
traveling. So if the time is right, I'll be there.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard what the master said. The master told you that he's going to start prevention of cancer, prevention of AIDS, prevention of incurable disease, as he's involved in, and he will be very glad to come. And we invite people around the world to come down here and make sure not to get cancer, not to get AIDS, not to get incurable disease. Now, what is incurable disease? Incurable disease are the diseases that I personally myself fight with it every single day for people around the world. People from anywhere and anybody, they call me, they email me, they talk to me, they come and see me in my clinic, and I deal with them. Well, I want to thank you very much for your promise,
Dr. Victor,
for
thank
your
you
conversation.
very much.
You can find that into YouTube. Again, put my name on, and within a week, you're going to see the masters talking and promising that he's going to come and do that.
Well,
Thank you very much.
Yeah, my principle is very simple: sound mind from the sound body. An early stage of education, learn about your life, because the body is the most honest thing of the human being. What you put it in comes out. How much you put in emotionally, it reflects on your body. So let's have a healthy life.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.